Hello, Dennis Bulldogs. It's Mrs. Johnson again, and we are going to continue our talk about ants. And so I just want to take a brief second and try to quiz you. So, in your mind, try to remember what ants stands for. Do. Okay, so if you said automatic negative thoughts, then you were correct. And if you didn't, you're going to get it right tomorrow. So we're still talking about how we can change those automatic negative thoughts into more positive thinking, or at least learn how to overcome the negativity. So I'm just going to refresh our memories one more time by reading this definition. Because it's important. If you didn't know, as far as like retaining information and memory, having some information repeated is really good for us to retain it or to remember it later. So I won't do this every time, but I think it's important just to review, or in case this is the first video that you're watching, you need to go back and watch the other one that I sent yesterday for the introduction. So an ant is a thinking pattern that doesn't match reality. When you notice that you are having one, you can begin to train your mind to ignore them. Get to know a few of the common ones so you'll be able to stop them. And so that's what we're doing over the next, probably over a week time. So yesterday we talked about magnifying, so making a small issue a big problem, and how we can work on that. And today we're going to talk about all or nothing. And like I mentioned yesterday, you may see me looking over because I want to make sure that I hit all of the good material. So you see things in black and white with no in between. So things are either good or they're awful. You believe that everything is either right or wrong with no exceptions. You think of things as a complete success or a total failure. This type of thinking sets you up for failure almost always. Give yourself some slack. You are only human. And I think I mentioned that yesterday. So a lot of these are about giving yourself some grace and understanding that no one is going to be perfect all of the time, and we're not going to think perfectly either. Negativity is something that's pretty common, and everyone is going to experience it from time to time, but it's important that we don't dwell in the negativity and that we move on from it. So just the little example that they give us here says, if it's not perfect, it's awful. So if we are turning in an assignment and we receive a 96%, which is really good, but we're really hard on ourselves because we wanted 100 and we feel like it's a total failure if we didn't get, the grade we were wanting. Or yesterday we talked about a basketball game. So if you're having your first basketball game of the season and you don't make every basket that you shoot for, you feel like the whole game was a failure for you as a player. And so we want to make sure that we're looking at the gray area too. And I'm sure and I hope that you've heard of the growth mindset, which means that we're going to push past some of those mistakes or failures, because we all have them, and grow from those experiences and continue to work towards being better and better at something. So we want to realize that I might not be the best at this yet, but I can keep practicing and be the best version of whatever that may be: a basketball player, a student, a friend, whatever, fill in the blank for your interests. And so we just have to continue to work at it. So if we are having all or nothing thinking, we're easily going to give up, or we're going to just kind of throw in the towel and feel like it's a failure. And so there's a lot of gray area, and it's important to realize that there's success in everything that we do, but we have to also grow from any of those little mistakes that we make. So I hope that this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, of course, you can message me, or if you want to give me some examples of things that are either all or nothing or magnifying that we've talked about. And I will put out another video tomorrow, and we will talk about the next one. So until then, I hope you are all doing well, and I'll see you later.